And the next moment it might feel that your skull is in the middle of everything. Then the next moment everything is inside you, and then you are in the middle of everything, you see? A sort of capping process like this. So, in this state, you find that you less and less discriminate between what is important to be looked at and what is not important to be looked at. In order to enter this state, the first thing that is necessary is to slow down, to suspend judgment on what you ought or ought not to be doing. And here I would say then that I'm describing the initial stage of a process of meditation. And in talking in general about meditation, it is absolutely essential to understand that one cannot meditate correctly if you do it as a preparatory exercise for something else. Meditation is not self-improvement. Do not enter into it under any such delusions. There is no one to be improved. Meditation is a form of enjoyment. It's a way of digging the universe, if I may put it so slangily. Meditation is not meditating on anything. This always bothers Orientals. When somebody says, well, while we do this or that, we meditate. Well, a Westerner always says, what do you meditate on? An Oriental can't understand that. We don't meditate on anything. Meditation isn't about anything. It isn't like thinking about. It's simply a clarification of consciousness. And can be about anything or nothing.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? If you're checking your phone, stop that. Instead, try this technique from the...
And so to enter the state of mind, which is called jhana, which when translated into Japanese becomes Zen. Jhana is a yoga word. The first thing that's necessary is then to slow down and to abandon notions of what it is important to do and what is not important to do. And instead of closing your eyes, keep them open, keep your ears open.
N-word! Relax, N-word. Just relax, little N-word.
But don't program them. That is to say, don't tell them what they're supposed to look at. Let them simply fall upon, or let everything that is there to be heard or seen arrive.
Why don't you change your PTR, N-word? You look disgusting. You make me want to vomit.
Let your ears hear whatever they want to hear. Let your nose smell whatever it wants to smell. And let your sense of touch feel whatever it wants to touch. And in general, let your mind do whatever it wants to do. Of course, as a matter of habit, the mind tends to be incessantly chattering. Words set up constant circuits, and one skull is full of voices. They're not always your voice. Your mother's voice, your father's voice, your Aunt Matilda's voice, your teacher's voice is still talking to you when you think. And if you listen very carefully to your thoughts, you will hear other people in your head, because you see, you are not you. You are an amazing collection of what George Herbert Mead called the interiorized others. And all this chorus of voices is constantly directing your life and propagandizing you. You have now to tell them to shut up. And try to let thinking, that is to say, interior talking, stop. Now you can't force it to shut up. And that is why one of the classical aids to meditation is concentration. To find something to focus the attention on so that the chattering will cease. And it should be something interesting. Something that is not interesting in the sense that you can think a lot of ideas about it, but something which is enormously fascinating for its purely sensuous aspects. The female form is not too appropriate for this purpose, nor the male form for women, because they find that very fascinating, because it has so much social junk attached to it, so many associations. So one inclines to choose something like jewelry, or a crystal, or a flower, or a purely abstract play of light patterns, or something like that, as what is called a support for contemplation. Something which you don't need to think about, but which you can look at enwrapped. And as you acquire this way of becoming wordlessly